everybody. The most watched video on my channel so far has been my Exuviance Brand review, so I thought this week I would do a part 2. So in this video, I'm going to be reviewing 5 different Exuviance products, sharing some of the ingredients with you, and also my own personal experiences using these products to give you some insightful information, hopefully. So if that's interesting to you, let's dive in. The first product we're going to be talking about is the Illuminating Oxygen Facial. This is a 5-minute treatment that basically provides a fun, bubbly sensation and infuses oxygen into your skin. So it says to apply on clean, damp skin. So I just kind of cleaned my face a little bit and it's still damp. I'll show you what it does. You put a little bit here. It's going to create these kind of strange bubbles. The longer they stay on your face, the more it will appear. And you let that sit on your face for 5 minutes. So while that's happening, let's talk about some of the ingredients that are in this product. The main ingredient which is creating this bubbling effect is called perfluorohexane, which I googled a little bit, and it turns out that that ingredient actually dissolves oxygen from the air, and then it has these little holes in the carbon molecule, and the holes in the molecule kind of infuse oxygen through that hole, and then it eventually gets into the skin. This also features a polyhydroxy acid. Now you might recall in my first video I mentioned that in 1994 the Exuviance company patented polyhydroxy acids. They came up with the idea. Polyhydroxy acids are a larger molecule that basically do the same thing as an alpha hydroxy acid, which is a chemical exfoliant. So because of the size of the larger molecule, a polyhydroxy acid is slightly gentler on the skin because it does not go quite as deep into the layers of the skin. But it does the same thing with breaking up the old dead skin cells and allowing those skin cells to be sloughed off. And the longer I leave this on, the more tickly my face gets. So I might start to giggle, and that's just the effects of the bubbles. There's also glycerin, which is a humectant that draws in moisture from the atmosphere. There's also a mild surfactant, which is a cleanser called cocamidopropylbutane, which is derived from coconuts. So it's giving your skin a gentle cleanse while it's going through this process. And then there's a defoaming agent, so it doesn't get too foamy on your skin. See, I told you I might giggle. There's actually 2 separate polyhydroxy acids in this product. There's gluconolactone, which is the more common PHA, and there's also lactobionic acid. And they're both accomplishing the same thing. But the longer this is on, the more you can feel the oxygen just kind of percolating all over your skin. So I'm going to rinse this off, and then we'll move on to the next product. The next product we're going to be talking about is the Anti-Pollution Essence. Now this is an essence that also features PHA, so we have that gluconolactone ingredient in this product, and it's actually at a fairly high concentration. It's 8% polyhydroxy acid, which is pretty strong. Because of the nature of how Exuviance was founded, chemical exfoliation can be found in a lot of their products, and because they own the patent on PHA, they put it in quite a few. So this product has PHA, a very watery-like texture. And with an essence, you just want to pat it gently into your face. Don't forget the neck. And they kind of borrow an idea from Korean skincare in that 10% of this is a fermented lysate. So this has 10% lactobacillus ferment, which is found in a number of Korean beauty toners and essences. The idea is that your skin has good bacteria and bad bacteria that are always living in different proportions on your skin, and a probiotic lysate, such as what we find here, the lactobacillus ferment, is supposed to encourage the good bacteria to do their job, what they're supposed to be doing on your skin, and kind of keep the bad bacteria in check. In addition to those 2 things, we find sodium hyaluronate, which is a concentrated form of hyaluronic acid that draws in moisture from the air. There's also glycerin, which does roughly the same thing, and radish root. I got this just after I made my essence video, my Let's Talk Essence. I didn't mention this product then, but this product is very similar to the Neogen essence that I mentioned in that video. with the nice addition of polyhydroxy acid. I've been using this every day for about a month or so, and I really think it does a good job of giving you that dose of polyhydroxy acids. However, I would be cautious using any other chemical exfoliation when using this product because that PHA is at such a high concentration, that 8% concentration. I would never use a glycolic toner, for example, in addition to this essence with PHA. Our third product, and I'm kind of doing these in order that I would layer them if I were to use all of these products on the same day, which I probably wouldn't. But if I were, I would use the Oxygen Facial first, and then use the essence, and then I would add a vitamin C. So this is the Exuviance Vitamin C. They come in these little capsules. And I'm not going to lie, when I first saw these, I thought they were some sort of chewable vitamin, which they are not. Do not ingest, don't eat these. That's not what it's for. But they kind of look like some sort of a weird jelly vitamin, and it says vitamin C right on the thing. So the reason why they use these little capsules is because the type of vitamin C they use, the ascorbic acid, can become unstable in water and when exposed to sunlight. And so these little capsules have no water in them, and because they are coated with this opaque coating, they're not going to get any light to the ascorbic acid. So you just twist the top like this. Easier said than done sometimes. There we go. Eventually it'll break itself open. And then the vitamin C is inside the capsule. There's how much is in the top part, and that's a decent amount actually. I don't use a ton of vitamin C. I like to use that part on my forehead, and then I'll squeeze the rest of it out like that out, and then I'll put this around my cheeks, nose, and through my neck and jawline. Vitamin C, we know, has antioxidant benefits. It's also a brightening ingredient for your skin. This has 20% ascorbic acid in it, which is a fairly high concentration. If you're new to using vitamin C, I would advise using something a little bit less concentrated at first until you know how your skin reacts to vitamin C. One of the side effects of using vitamin C is your skin does tend to purge, and you'll have breakouts, not because it's reacting poorly to the vitamin C, just because that's vitamin C doing its job. I mentioned in my last video that Exuviance owns over 100 patents to various ingredients that they put in their skincare. One of those ingredients that they put into the vitamin C, their aminofill. Aminofill, the technical term is acetyl tyrosinamide. It uses an amino acid that they claim is volumizing. It will plump the skin and also firm the elasticity of the skin. And I'm guessing because this does have that aminofill as one of the ingredients, that accounts for the higher than normal price tag for a vitamin C product. The next product we're going to talk about is one of their newer products. This is the Wrinkle Smooth Peptide. In my previous Exuviance video, I talked about the Lift Volumizing Concentrate, and they say that is for the lower half of your face, and this Wrinkle Smooth Topical Peptide would be for the upper areas of your face. So it's supposed to specifically target those lines on your forehead. So I'm just going to use the applicator. It says to actually, now I know typically with the serum you're not supposed to touch the applicator to your face, but according to the directions, that's what they want you to do. So I'm going to do what they say and actually touch kind of like that. Then I'm just going to rub that in. And then they say to take it down to where your crow's feet hang out also, so on the side of the temple. This Wrinkle Smooth Topical Peptide contains silica. Silica is a mineral that's found commonly in various rocks, but you've also probably seen it in those little pouches whenever you buy a new pair of shoes or something. That little bag that says "do not eat" probably has silica in it. So silica is great at absorbing things. That's why they put it in those little packets in your new shoes. It will absorb any moisture. Now, when applied topically to the skin, it has the ability to sort of absorb light reflecting off of it, which has a blurring effect on wrinkles. So I don't know if it shows up on camera, but my forehead wrinkles should appear slightly less prominent because the silica is absorbing the light and kind of creating a blurring of my wrinkle. Can you tell that? There's also shea butter, dimethicone, which is a silicone glycerin. There's also Argireline, which you can actually purchase as a separate serum from The Ordinary. I talked about it in my serums video, I'm pretty sure. But Argireline is specifically targeted for these dynamic lines, the lines that we see around this part of our face and up here on this part of our face. So Argireline has been developed because we speak and use expression. And just like in the vitamin C, we also find aminofill. That ingredient, they say, helps with volume, plumpness, and firmness in your skin. This is their retinol. This has 0.2% retinol. Now, if you've never used retinol before, you might want to try a 0.1% first before trying the 0.2%. But a 0.2% is fairly gentle. I've been using this regularly for 3 to 4 weeks, and I haven't had any negative side effects such as drying and flakiness, nothing like that, which some people have with retinol when they're using retinol in higher concentrations. In addition to retinol, they also have neoglucosamine, which is another one of their patents. Neoglucosamine is an amino sugar, and glucosamine is something that our skin naturally has anyway, and as we age, that glucosamine level continues to drop and to dip, and with it goes some of our plumpness in our skin. So the neoglucosamine was developed in an effort to put some of that plumpness back into our skin. That's what their retinol looks like. Now they put fragrance in this. I don't know why. You don't really need fragrance in a retinol, but so I'm going to target my dynamic lines with the retinol. Crow's feet, smile lines, and my forehead again. We also find vitamin E, which is a great antioxidant that our skin enjoys having on it. Arginine, which is an amino acid and also a good antioxidant for our skin. And bisabolol, which is a skin soothing ingredient. So my overall thoughts on this brand: I enjoy the products that I have by Exuviance. All the products that I've shown you today, I've enjoyed using and I continue to use on a regular basis, and I would recommend to anybody. I think since they were purchased by Johnson & Johnson, they've introduced products at a very high price point. For example, the Wrinkle Smooth Topical Peptide. It's really expensive, and I get the feeling that Johnson & Johnson wants Exuviance to be a luxury skincare brand, and it doesn't have to be. The original founders, those two dermatologists, Eugene Van Scott and Ruby Yu, I don't think that was their vision for the company. I think they wanted to create something that would help the average consumer, which is why they created two separate lines, the Neostrata, that's used by professionals, and the Exuviance, which is available for purchase by consumers at Ulta. So my major issue is just the price point of their products. I think they're more expensive than they need to be. I think you can find cheaper alternatives that deliver very similar results, albeit without some of those patented ingredients that Exuviance owns. However, these products frequently go on sale at Ulta if you look for sales at 30, 40, 50% off, which is when I purchase any of my Exuviance products. And my thinking is that if you can offer your products for 50% off during an Ulta sales event, then you could probably offer it at that price every day and still make a comfortable profit. But what do I know? I didn't major in business. So what do you guys think? Have you tried any Exuviance products? You can leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at 43yearold Skinfluencer. And I'll see you guys next time.